So Ja Morant is caught on film, on live, on camera, whatever you want to call it again, with a gun in his hand. And the league is, still investigating, figuring out what they're going to do with him. Memphis has already suspended him. And we're back in this place, not even five months removed from the first incident. So when I first put this on our list of topics, I was like, okay, I'm going to come on here and just go in on them. But now that I've had time to really let it digest in my spirit, I'm really trying to understand what's going on with him. And what I look at is all of the incidents that he's had for him off the floor has been centered around one individual or two individuals that he continued to make a part of his friend group. So I also had in here, I was like, professional athletes and their friends, is it really that hard to put them in place to understand that what happens with you impacts me on a whole nother level that can ruin everything we've worked for? And you're talking about $230 million. You're talking about a shoe deal. And you're just talking about just being a basketball player. I don't understand the whole idea behind wanting to be that, but also be seen as this. And don't get me wrong, because JJ Redick came out and said this, shout out JJ Redick, love your podcast. He came out and said, should we really be coming down on a 25-year-old like we're doing? I don't necessarily I'm not trying to come down on him, but what I'm trying to understand is what's the end game? You didn't break no laws, but you work for a corporation that has a certain type of image that it wants to portray. How hard is it to just portray that image? But you still can be Ja, you still can do what you want, but there's a lot of people looking at you, and when they see this, what that does is say that. And if that's not you, that's not who you are, people only can go off of what they see. So you riding around in a car and you got a gun. It's like, okay, so why are you riding around in the car with a gun? Yeah, it might be legal to do, but why do you need to show people that if you don't want people to look at you that way? So I feel bad for the guy, because like I said, he's just getting himself in a position to where he's going to probably be suspended for it. I know a lot of people have been coming out saying 20 games, 30 games. Some people saying half a season. Some people say it might be the full season. He hasn't committed any crimes. So I don't think he need to get suspended for a whole year, but they're definitely going to lay the hammer down on him, because it goes back to the Gilbert arenas. I know he brought a gun into the actual arena. So that to me was a lot worse than what Ja's doing, because Ja's doing stuff on his own spare time away from everybody. I just don't understand the need. And that's why social media sometimes really, like they say, grind my gears. It's because everybody think it needs to be seen versus need to just be unseen. Because I got me a concealed carry. I have a weapon, but I don't ever let people know I have one. So I just don't understand the whole idea of why he needs to be on camera with it. And now you're on camera second time. So to the league, it looks like you're not taking what we did for you the first time very serious, and it can hurt your career moving forward and have people start looking at you in a different light that I don't think he really wants. And it's unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate situation, because I love Ja as a player. I think he's one of the upcoming stars in this league. I think he kind of talked over his talked over himself when he was talking about he wasn't worried about nobody in the West, and kind of finally Lakers put him out.
Yeah,
which I think all the off court stuff caused the issue for them to even be able to play together when he came back. But so that's just my take on. So what's your take? Give me a little bit before we get out of here, man.
Like you said, shout out to JJ Redick. It's hard to say. He said it's hard to say he didn't commit a crime.
Mm-hmm.
It's the image.
Mm-hmm.
So as an image, does the NBA step in and suspend him, or is it still a Memphis Grizzly thing? That's one.
Yeah, which Memphis have come out and said he's done indefinitely, but we all know indefinitely it can mean a lot of different things. Yeah. But go ahead.
Two. Look where you doing this at Memphis, Tennessee. High crime. High. A
lot of gun violence.
A lot of African Americans and people of our race in that city. Two, you're brandishing the gun. Three, is the gun loaded and you put it up to your head?
And there's a potential accident that can happen, or let's say buddy driving the car hits a bump gun goes off.
Yeah,
it just
that's the first thing that popped up. Like, why are we to the age now where flashing guns and showing what you have is the thing to do.
It's part of the culture, and I for the life of me don't understand that. And especially, like I said, when you talk about your friends, like I said, you, John, y'all my boys. But if John is allowing something to happen on the podcast or allowing something to happen when we're out in our private life that affects us on a larger scale, then I'm like, okay, I got to start looking at that. Because like I say, you're hanging out with people that are, whether they're influencing that or whether they're allowing you to do that instead of saying, hey, man, Ty, you ain't got to do that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, nah, put that down. Like, I'm about to go on live.
Yeah.
So you know how the NBA tripping already about you being on live. So look, bro, let's put the gun down. Let's not even put that in there. We can jam out, do what we want to do without impacting your bag.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like that has to be more looked at. It's like, man, look, as my boy, look out for me. Not only just in the good times, but in the bad times right now. Be that positive influence on me.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw the video.
He took the phone down quick, though.
He did, though. He tried to, but like I tell people, the power of the internet, the one thing about the internet, bro, is that once everything. They can freeze frame anything. And if you saw everything, I'm sure John saw it. Yeah. Every screenshot, you clearly see the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was probably a microsecond that flash happened, because even his homeboy, like, you could tell he was like, wait, whoa, I wouldn't even expect you to do that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the first frame, he's just jamming.
Yeah.
And the friend panned back to him, gun, oh, snap.
Yeah.
It's too late. And they tried to delete it, but at that point, it's on the internet. It ain't going nowhere.